Hello everyone, Jim here, Oliver here. Oliver is a 4-year-old Goldendoodle, came in for our residency program, real life training program if you will. We're on our farm. He lives with us in our home for a couple of weeks. The thing about older dogs, and he's still a young dog, he's 4 years old, they can get set in their ways a little bit, especially if they've lived that and learned that they can do certain things that they want to do regardless of what we say. What happens? We have to reverse that. We have to become very consistent, repetitive, and become the leader of the pack. He needs to see us as the leader of what we say he has to do. When he does it, we're going to praise him. If he doesn't, we're going to consequence. Our goal is to praise at least 20 times more than we bite during the course of a day. Consistency does everything for every dog. They will love it, they will excel, and they will actually try to do things to please you if we're consistent with it. This guy's no different. He's going to be good. He's really adopted well with us, went through his little test phase, and now he pretty much listens on his behaviors inside and everything else. Isn't that right, man? So, good boy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through obedience. If he does something wrong, I'm going to provide a consequence. I'm going to explain why I did it. If he does it right, we're going to praise him. You ready, man? Let's go. Attaboy. So our let's go is we're walking on a leash. You know, when you take him for a walk. But what I want is on the let's go, notice I'm praising him because he's doing something good. I want him right here with me right now. I don't want him pulling. I don't want him distracted. I want him right here. If he starts to move out from me, I'm going to tap the leash. Another thing is if you stop and talk to someone, he can never ever pull again. He needs to be right there with you. I apologize. This morning we have roosters everywhere letting us know that it's morning time and it's time to eat. But at any rate, he never can pull again. If the leash gets tight, he needs to back off. If not, we're going to tap that leash back to him. That's a consequence, people. We're not here to intimidate, dominate, break his spirit, hurt him, or have him fear us. We are here to bite him. Now, if that didn't work and we did it consistently, good boy, we're going to do it a little bit harder. But we're going to do it stepwise harder, where again, we're not here to intimidate or dominate. Let's go. So we're walking. Did you hear that tone of voice? I want to encourage him to listen and do the things. We can jog with him, we can walk, we can do whatever. Sit. Good boy. Hand signal for sit. Good boy. I have treat loaded up in my hand. I try not to use a ton of treats with him. We want to use treats to teach. Then after he starts to learn, we use them when we want to use them. Good boy. And when we praise, we do it in the moment of time that he does it. And we consequence, we want to do the same thing. If he does something wrong one time, he's going to do it again. We need to be ready to get out in front of it. So sit means sit. Not going to keep him in the sit for a long time. I don't believe we do that because the dog's hit. Break. Now I give him a treat. Did you notice I broke him? That's the release from his command. When I release him, I step back. And what I like to do is I'm trying to create an attraction, the treat, the moving away to excite him and come. I'm laying the groundwork for the recall or the come command later. Let's go. So we're going to go right back again. Sit. Good boy. That's a good boy. Down. Hand signal from in front with the down. Attaboy. I love it when he looks. When your dog looks at you, praise him. Give him a treat. Do something to encourage that look to you. Okay? So now what I could do is I could be R-E-A-K or I could go, come. Same thing, different hand signal. This time he comes and sits in front of me. Good boy. Attaboy. Now, break. He comes and sits in front of me. We're going to do that on leash, and then eventually we're going to start to do it off leash. When we're off leash, though, we're not going to tell him to come. We're going to get his attention, show him a toy or treat, encourage him, get excited, and tell him, hey, oh, hey. And then when he starts to come. Good boy. Break. Why? Because we're making him happy. He's encouraged. And when he starts to come, he's showing you that there's not another distraction. I'm ready to come. What better time to give him the command when he's going to do it? We do that hundreds of times and we start to lay the groundwork in that our dog will come to us when we come. That's all I have to do with my dogs out here. And there's all kinds of distraction. Deer, turkey, chickens, cats, you name it. But when I call them, they stop what they do and they come right to me. Good boy. So let's go. Come on. Come on. Hop up. Let's get going. We're going to turn around and we're going to do the other down from the side. From in front, from the side. Good boy. Okay, sit. Oh, break. So now, he turns his head just then. I'm thinking that he's thinking that the place command is next, okay? So guess what? I'm not gonna do the place command next. I'm gonna do something else. We don't want our dogs to anticipate. We want them to, it's okay for them to anticipate, but we want them to learn and pay attention to what we say. Let's go. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Good boy. So the other thing is loading up the car, getting on furniture. I think he's allowed to sleep pretty much anywhere he wants to at home. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're the leader. But if you wanted to direct him on the furniture or load him up, you'll say, okay, buddy, hup. Attaboy, and I'll pay him off for that. Great. Oops, sorry. Let's go. Sit. Good boy. That's a good boy. Right. Okay, place. Good. Now he's done the place real good. Just touch this time. Get on the bed, lay down, sit down, stand up, read a book. I don't care what he does. He's done this real well. In the beginning, he would break it. And what would we have to do? He was on a leash. We would get the leash wherever he went and tap him back to the bed. No place. And then we'd go right back to doing what we were doing. He has to understand this is a place to chill, but he's still being led when we put him in place. Led meaning you're being the leader, okay? So important. He's really good with it. He started to get up when people came in, my grandchildren came in, somebody came at the door. What did? We saw that was a problem, and then we started setting it up and working on it till he got to the point that he could hold it, okay? So important. He's doing it very well. The only bad behavior that we've identified at this point in time is he's got a pretty strong, it looks like, prey drive for cats. I haven't been able to talk to the owners. I'm not sure if cats have played a role in his life at some point in time, but that would be something that I would always be aware of cats around it. You want to get yourself around if you can, and you want to be able to provide a consequence if he doesn't have, or he's not paying attention to you. He's done real well, but I see it in him. Rachel sees it in him when we're working. He will cast that glance at the cats. We can do place inside and the cats can come up to him, but I don't think I could trust him with me not being present at this point in time. We're not even 2 weeks in, but I don't think I could trust him for me not to be around and the cat's there. I think he would chase them. Would he do something else? I'm not totally certain. But when you have a dog like that, it's so important that he's just doing something that's instinctive, that we work it. Praise the good thing. Be ready to bite if he starts to show too much attention or starts to lunge for it. Let's go. Good boy. Sit. The other command, we talked about the let's go just a second ago, is the heel command. The difference between heel is we have a box here beside us. His job is to stay in the box. Our job is to keep him in that box, okay? Let's go is he just stops with me, and when I stop, I don't care if he sits or not. The heel command is really great for being at farmers markets or someplace where there's a crowd and you want him tight to you. Here's how I do it. Heel, hand straight. In the beginning, I go straight with him. I just take 3 or 4 or 5 steps. Why not 20? Because in the beginning, I want to be able to repeat the command over and over for him to do it. What I would do, now if I gave him a treat right now, why did I give him a treat? For sitting there and holding after the heel. But heel, watch what I do. I'm gonna turn around, I turn here. Now he's out of the box. I've got to give him a chance to get back into the box. He sits, he's looking at me, attaboy, and I pay him off. At the end of the heel, he still has to hold that sit until I release him. Break, good boy. That's a good boy. The only other thing I didn't talk about was the stay command. Down stay is an important command to give him, okay? And what do I mean by that? I would say in the beginning, 2 or 3 times a week, we ask our dog to down and we put a open palm in front of him and tell him to stay. He can go to sleep, he can chew on something, good boy. He can do whatever he wants as long as he stays in that down position and stay. So what are we doing there? We're establishing leadership. But another important thing we're doing is, let's go. We're in the living room. You're in your den or living room at home. You've got to go to the kitchen. You don't want him to come, okay? So you would pretend like there's a door here. You would go, stay. And you would walk out. If he followed you, you would get him and go, no, 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 stay. Good boy. Not great boy. When we provide a consequence, we're not here to get mad at him, but we come back, no, and then good boy. And then walk right back out again, okay? And we do that over and over, and he starts to learn what stay is. And I like to use that open palm with him. Good boy. The only other thing is with all dogs, there are things that dogs do behavior-wise, counter surfing, chewing. Puppies do a lot of chewing. Dogs may do a lot of chewing on things. Goldens love to have things in their mouth. I don't want to take away from that. You have to figure out what you allow in your life and not. Be very consistent with it. Same with getting on furniture. But something like counter surfing, for example, or jumping on people, for example, which he's done really good there, we have to set that up. If he does it, we have to show him right then in the moment is something we will not take. So what are we going to do? He jumps up, we set him up, we put a nice roast on the counter or something that has a lot of smell, and then we sort of sneak around and wait. He starts to get up, we're going to bite him and tell him no. Nothing else but no. I believe our only negatives are or no in life, okay? I actually do phooey with my dogs. I do German as well. You could have something like that, but the point is to keep negatives to a minimum, and the positive is just great. So he's going to be excited about wanting to do everything else for you. But you have to do that over and over and over again, okay? Once he starts to get the idea and he goes to that counter, for example, and he looks at it and then turns away, what are you going to do? You need to be ready to praise him. You need to let him know, give him a treat, give him a toy, and tell him how excited you are about what's going on. Good boy. Let him know that he made the right decision. When you get that first one, you're well on the way, but you have to be consistent. And what do I mean by being consistent? You can't forget. You know, he doesn't need to be in that position to do whatever bad behavior you like without you being able to provide the consequence or praise if he makes the right decision. Good boy, really good boy. Like I said, older dogs sometimes have gotten used to things. Not his fault, that's what happens in life. We all get used to things. If we need to change it, we need to be consistent. We need to be motivating with praise, words, touch, treat, toy, positive emotion, but also be able to address the consequence, which is words and touch. Touch is so important. That's the primary, I believe, form of communication with dogs, especially with us, is touch. We put the words on it as sort of like a bridge so we can start to tell him other things. But touch is how I believe dogs primarily communicate with each other and with us. I appreciate it. If you need me, all you gotta do is pick up the phone and give me a call. If you have questions, let me know. Good boy. Now look at that. He thinks he may be doing something wrong here. Did you notice how he didn't go all the way down? I didn't have him in a command. Good boy. Okay, so if he does something he's not sure of, when he does it and you know you didn't have him in command, let him know. So he said, okay, I didn't make a mistake there. I did it right. Talked real fast. I've had a lot of coffee this morning trying to get this in case it may start to sprinkle here in a little bit. But I'm here if you need me. 336-945-3232. Thank you so much, and God bless. Good boy.